Domestic violence is a problem in our community, and I wanted to take a minute and explain what domestic violence is and what to do if you're experiencing violence at home. My hope is that you'll know what to do after hearing these answers and reach out to us for help.
First, what is domestic violence? Domestic violence, also called domestic abuse, is a class of crimes one person in a home can commit against another person in the home. The following are considered domestic violence: purposely causing or attempting to cause physical harm to someone in the home, making someone in the home afraid of immediate physical harm, committing or attempting to commit various criminal offenses against a cohabitant, including but not limited to It's important to note that domestic violence in Utah is not limited to physical violence. It can also include emotional, sexual, or psychological abuse used by one person in the home to gain or maintain power and control over another person in the home.
Second, what are your rights as someone being abused? Domestic violence victims in Utah have several important rights protected by law.
Third, what will happen if you call the police? After you call 911, the police will investigate and determine if there is evidence of a crime. Police will respond to you and speak to everyone involved. Police normally separate everyone involved and interview them individually. Domestic violence investigations will require police to collect evidence and information for the case. We will then use all the evidence and information gathered to determine if a crime was committed. When all the information is obtained, police are tasked with identifying a predominant aggressor, determining if there is ongoing victimization, and determining if there is a need for police action.
If you are not a legal resident but are experiencing domestic abuse, please do not be afraid to report domestic violence. You will not be deported for reporting domestic abuse. Furthermore, suppose the abuser threatens you by telling you that you should not report the abuse to the police because you are not a legal resident. In that case, this is called witness tampering and is an illegal act by the abuser. It is simply not true that you will be deported for calling the police and getting their help to stop the abuse.
Fifth, what will happen to the abuser? When the police investigation has found probable cause to arrest the abuser will be arrested and taken to jail. A jail release agreement will be established when the abuser is booked into jail. A jail release agreement is a type of protective order. The abuser will not be allowed to contact a victim of domestic violence in any manner. The order is temporarily put into place until the abuser is brought before the court. Should the abuser make any contact with the protected victim during the time the jail release agreement is active, the abuser will be taken to jail again and criminally charged for violating the jail release agreement.
Lastly, what will happen to my family if I report the abuse? You may be worried that if you report the abuse, you won't be able to financially provide for your family. The abuser may be the person in the home who makes money for your family. What will happen if they are removed from the home? How will you survive financially, pay your bills, and buy groceries? Fortunately, our police department has contact with many organizations and government agencies that can help you with housing, groceries, healthcare, transportation, counseling, and other needs. We want you to know that if you're in a bad situation at home and are being abused, you do not need to be afraid about calling the police. No matter who you are, what your legal status is, we are here to help you and protect you.